friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, now listen, friends. Today's episode, we are giving crown, it's giving legacy, it's giving all winners to allegedly. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon, where you can get early access to videos and exclusive content that you won't be able to see anywhere else. And trust, it is going to be some exclusive interviews with a few of our favorite drag queens. And why would you not want to join our Patreon to get early access? I mean, it is only $5, so just so you know.
If you want more Emmy nominated gay shit, go subscribe to the Patreon.
Very much that. But yes, so all winners too, allegedly. Now, obviously, the besties had to jump on the rumor mill and really just do a kind of like a cast, like wish list of who we would want to see on a potential all winners too. Now, rumor has it this new format will be 8 US queens and 2 international queens, which honestly feels like Rue said, passport. I don't know her. And yeah, like, so we know that the international queens are going to be either close to the United States as possible or a queen that Rue knows.
I feel like I don't think Rue would ever put, because it's Rue, I don't think she would ever put a queen she didn't crown on an all-winner season. And I hate
You
that.
think so?
Like, I don't support that, but I just don't see that happening. Like, I don't see her putting on, like, Envy Peru. Like, I just don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Or I
would
mean,
love that. I would
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
I would kill for that. Not really, but I do some unholy things on an all-winter season, but I don't think it would ever happen.
I mean, okay, I can see that. It's going to be hard because they did All Runners 1 already, and that had a lot of the heavy hitter, like, winners on that season. They could do global, like Alyssa Edwards, but this will be Alyssa as well, like, fourth time competing on Drag Race, and maybe like third or fourth time competing on Drag Race, if you think about
Fourth
it.
or fifth.
Right. And, we're going to talk about obviously bracket 3 and Ginger Minch coming back, but a lot of the criticism is the girls are oversaturated.
I would love just to piss people off. I want Ginger to win this season, and then be brought back for all winners too, just to piss people off.
That would piss people off.
I would piss people off. I would love that. I would live for that.
Yes. But that's a lot of the criticism, right? It's that the girls are oversaturated. So we're seeing these queens on every single season come back and keep coming back. But that's
Mhm.
also because a lot of the queens that we would want, like Bianca, Trixie, they're saying
They
no.
don't want to
Like,
come back.
no. Bob has said numerous times that this is, if her career is in the shitter, then she'll come back.
Yeah, and Bob has also been very like clear about like what she would want the All Stars format to be in order for her to come back. Like she
Right.
wants her full team there. Like she doesn't want to come back just to compete by herself. Like she wants her full team there, which I think makes sense. Like at
Yeah.
this point, they won. They don't necessarily, most of them don't necessarily need to go back on Drag Race again because they have had very successful careers outside of Drag Race because of their win. So I think if we want them back, I would love to see a format like Bob said with like, bring your teams and they're competing for like $1 million or something like something really
Yeah.
huge where they really get to showcase what they have done since their win. I would love that.
Yeah.
But
Also, a part of me
realistically,
feels
that probably
like
never happened.
right. But also a part of me feels like Bob is a troll and we love that about her.
Oh,
And
fully.
so she probably would like do the misdirection, like I'm not coming back. And then they'll do all winners too and guess who'll be on the season? Fucking Bob. Like,
And
so that would be great.
she'd probably have somebody like posting from her social media accounts so that nobody suspects she is filming. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, Bob is here. And we're all like, wait, what?
Right. Because that is Bob. But
It
if you
is.
look at it like a Trixie Mattel, right? If Trixie goes back on All Winners too, no shade. I honestly don't think that would be good for her because she's an amazing drag queen. She's just not really good on Drag Race.
No. Yeah, she really isn't. She has been, I would say, probably the most successful drag queen to come out of Drag Race. Like that girl is, I'm pretty sure a millionaire at this point. And
Oh
we
yeah,
love that
fully.
for her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's why she doesn't need to come back. But if you think of it the grand scheme of things, right, I think if she was to come back, it should have been on the first season,
Mhm.
being that, it's a new one, it's a new format. But just as a disclaimer, before y'all try to fight us in the comments, our original list had more international girls, but rules are rules, right? So we wanted to follow the 8 US queens and then 2 international queens. And then we
Allegedly.
did have to choose. We did have to choose our top two, and no, we're not happy about it either. But there is some honorable mentions that we would love to see back on an all winners season. So All right, shall we get into this list?
Let's get this
List to
fuck
cook,
off.
a list to listen.
Let's get this list of cooking. I
Let's
don't
get
know.
this list a cooking. I mean, I guess let's get this list a listening. As always, you are cordially invited to RuPaul's Drag Race All Winners 2 Cash Wish List. Go ahead. Was you gonna say something? I thought your hand
Oh
like went
no.
up, like, oh, like hi, like I have something to say.
No,
Yeah.
I would just, all stars or whatever the fuck cast wish list. I
Yes.
live for this picture of Sasha, by the way.
Oh my god, it's so cunt.
That lady does things to me.
It's so cunt. Like
I
between
know.
that and Kylie, like I was like, at first I put Kylie and I was like, oh my gosh, like who would be on the other side of Kylie that gives sex? And it had to be Sasha. Like Sasha was
Who
the one that was
else?
gonna like give me sex. So
Yeah.
but these queens, right? These US queens, these are the eight queens we think deserve another chance to snatch the crown, the confessional screen time, and probably our wigs. And so we were really strategic in terms of who we think will more than likely come back. But all winners too, if it does happen, there's one that probably caused a little bit of controversy, so I'm not sure. But when we get to it, I'm sure some of our listeners kind of already know who we're talking about because there was some things that were said by the queen that makes us believe she'll come back and then no she won't, so I don't know. But we're getting into the list. The first one up is Sasha Velour, our season 9 winner. Now Sasha has said that she would love to come back to All Winners 2 under one condition: the other Sasha needs to be on the show.
How can you imagine that? The Sashas competing? That would be so good. That would be fierce.
Yes. And I think I was at DragCon, where and now I think she's on Work the World and she's doing that tour, which I'm so happy to see Sasha Velour getting back out there and showing the world her artistry. I think she's one of those queens that are so artistic
I,
that her brain is just magic.
yeah, I think she has a very different and creative take on drag that needs to be spotlighted again. It's been a while since she was on, which is crazy because it was like season 9, which I guess for us it doesn't feel like that long ago, but for new viewers, they probably never even watched that season or know who
Right.
won. But she is such a creative mind. Her creativity literally knows no bounds. She's always coming up with something new, something innovative. It's always fresh. I would love for her to showcase that on a world stage again.
Yeah. I would love to see her runways. Those ideas that she comes up in her head, I think will be amazing. I think on
Hmm.
season 9, right, people thought that that was Shay's season and Shay was going to win. But Sasha changed the game in lip sync finales.
Yeah,
Everyone wants to do a reveal since Sasha Velour did it.
and literally nobody has been able to match what she did, or
Nope,
has even come close on it.
not at all. And yeah, I'm excited. She may come back.
Also, can you imagine that talent show? I think that would be the best talent show ever.
Probably, yes. Yeah. Ooh, chills. All right. Next up, it's one of Joanne's faves. It is our season 10 winner, Aquaria, who said also
I
said that she would like to come back.
live for Aquaria. I love her. She is one of the youngest persons to ever win Drag Race. Very deservedly so. She absolutely demolished competition. Again, she's another one that has a very, I think, different take on drag. Like hers is very kind of club kid, but like make it high fashion. You can see her inspirations very clearly. Madonna, Gaga. She is super fashion forward. I know she has delved a lot into like DJing lately, so drag isn't like her main focus anymore. But I
Hmm.
think she could still come back and like really give the girls a run for her money because she really did perform really well on season 10. I know that a lot of people didn't really like her, which I don't get. I get it a little bit. I don't think she was the most likable queen, but I thought she absolutely deserved the crown.
Yes. You know what I liked about Aquaria? Aquaria changed the trajectory of Drag Race, just like Sasha changed the trajectory of like, the finale lip syncs and when you do the reveal. Aquaria changed the trajectory in terms of the look, right? Season 10 ushered in Aquaria winning. And if you look at the trajectory, with the exception of, I think, Evie Oddly and Willow Pill, right? The fashion queens like Simone, the fashion queens like Jada Essence Hall, and then you have Nymphia Wynn. You can see Aquaria's influence in terms of fashion, it's within it, and the girls are trying to outdo each other. And I think she kind of did that. She started that wave.
Yeah. I mean, she had some amazing looks. That what was it? The evil twin look or whatever it was. That
Yes.
prehistoric look. So fucking good. So amazing. That's the one of my favorite Drag Race looks of all time.
Oh, that was good. Actually, you know
Yeah.
what I liked? I liked oh my God, was it the reunion or was it the finale dress, which was the black
What
one,
the?
but it looked like trash bags with that high ass split, and she had the little thing right here. It wasn't the villain look. It wasn't the one with the like the thunderbolt. It wasn't that one. It was another black look.
Are you talking about the one where she had like tears or like water running, like water droplets or stars? I
No,
think it was.
it wasn't the
Or was
mermaid
the
one.
finale? Okay.
I think it was the
No.
finale, like when they come back. It was like a black one shoulder kind of cinch waist, and she had like a really high split. It was
Yes, that, I
phenomenal.
think that was the grand finale.
Yeah, that is like one of my favorite Aquaria looks.
But
She looked so good.
yeah, but then you mentioned the mermaid look. Oh my God, that was so creative. Such a dark and twisted take on a mermaid. I loved it. I loved that.
Listen, we love a queen that cares about the environment because she said that she was an oil slick.
Yeah,
So we love a queen that cares about the environment and, the turtles. Every
save the
time I think about that,
turtles.
I think about the turtles. Anyways, I digress. Up next, we have our season 15 winner, Sasha Kobe. Remember, I said that Sasha Velour said that she would come back to All Winners 2 under one condition if Sasha Kobe would come back. And the reverse, Sasha Kobe said she would love to come back if Sasha Velour is on the season. So I think it would be really great to see both Sashas compete.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. Wow just needs to like get on it and not fuck it up.
Correct. But can you imagine the lip syncs? I think Sasha would dominate a lot of those challenges. But I also think I don't think it would be Kumbaya, right? Because a little bit of
No.
All Star 7 was a little bit of Kumbaya in terms of the blocks, right? Like people were just blocking, or they had alliances and didn't want to block their friends. But I think this season, I think they would probably really block each other.
Yeah, no, especially like kind of going back to Korea, like I think she would absolutely block people. She'd be like, bitch, this is my crown. I want it. And I live for that. But I also think Sasha, yes, she would kind of have a motherly role in the sense that she would help the girls out and maybe like help them through challenges and stuff like that. But when they came to actually competing, like she would compete for real. And I love that.
Yep,
She would definitely dominate a lot of the challenges. Anyone who lip synced against her would lose. Well, except maybe Sasha. If Sasha had
maybe.
time to prepare.
Yes.
If Sasha has time to if Sasha V has time to prepare, she can beat Sasha C.
True. Yes. Well, there may actually be one queen on this list that will probably be able to beat Sasha Kobe in a lip sync
Oh,
because they
true.
know Drag Race.
That is
Because Yeah, because on their season that they won, they were not the strongest lip syncer, but they
no,
won majority of those challenge like the lip syncs because they know Drag Race.
that is true. Yeah.
Let's see if our friends know who we're talking about. Let's see. All right. Next up, we have season 16 winner Nymphia Wind. Now, I think it will be really great to see Nymphia come back to All Winners 2. Honestly,
Mhm.
this may be a controversial hot take because I love my hot takes. I think she would probably get like a villain edit only because I think she kind of was a villain on season 16, but she was overshadowed by the villain herself, plain Jane. And she was also overshadowed by Miss Congeniality, Sophia Crystal.
Yeah, and I think this one is definitely on everyone's lips at the moment. You know, a lot of people are kind of not liking her because they think she has a really bad attitude. So I think that I would absolutely lean into that and give her that edit. And I honestly, I think she lean into it too. I fully see because I think Nymphia is kind of a troll. So I think she would fully lean into the villain and deliver that. But she would have the talent to back it up. She would absolutely have the runways to back it up.
I was
Oh
really
my
excited for her
God.
runways, but also I think of like maybe hopefully this time we get to see a different edit from her. Because I think a lot of it we didn't get to see how well she did in the challenges. A lot of those challenges she was kind of like either safe. Right?
Yeah, and I also didn't really like that kind of edit they gave her of like, oh, I don't know how to do this, or oh, I'm not good at this, and that bam, she was a challenge. I want to see a full, well, now that the world knows who she is, I want to see like a fully confident Nymphia not hiding her talents and just fully embracing it and just dominating.
Same. And we do know one category that Nymphia will dominate, and that is a design challenge.
Oh,
Because that
can you
tie look,
imagine?
those ties that she did will go down as probably one of the best looks in Drag Race history.
And it's so funny because the whole time she was just kind of talking. And as you're seeing her create this, we're all like, what the fuck is she doing? Even the way she explained it through, we're all like, what is she doing? Like,
Hmm.
Nymphia, should we be worried? And then she walked out and everybody's mouth dropped.
Everyone.
Nobody was expecting that. It was so good. So fucking good.
And even right, if you think of like these, I would say the Meet the Queens for season 17, that water look. Yeah, we've seen that bodysuit bedazzled. Yes, right. We've seen it before. Obviously, Shea Coulee has gave us a rendition of that. It's like it was so good. Like when we saw it, we had to give her a shout out on that video.
No, it chills. Chills. It was just so perfectly executed. That's the thing. Like her, like she has great ideas, but her ability to execute them is even better. But both her creativity and her delivery are amazing, and she deserves all the praise for that.
Amazing. All right, let's keep it going. Now we have All Stars 1 winner Chad Michaels. Now, Chad is a wild card because some interviews Chad has said that she would love to come back to All Winners too, and then some interviews she said that she like is done with it. I would love to see Chad Michaels back on the show. I think we got a little bit of like what was that? Did she come on season 17? I think she was she a judge on season 17?
Mm-mm.
Not a judge, but was she like a little cameo on season 17? Or was that an All Stars 9? I know we've seen her recently at a viewing party when we're like, oh my God, Chad Michaels. Are they kind of introducing Chad because they're doing All Winners too? Remember we said that? We were like,
Yes,
hmm. But I forget if
I
it was
think it might have been
17 or All Stars
17.
9.
I think it might have been 17. Oh, there was just like no gap in between the two seasons, so they're kind of
Right.
all meddling
Yeah.
together. But I think it
Yeah.
might have been 17.
And we was like, they're putting Chad as a walkthrough judge or like a walkthrough like coach, mentor, whatever, just to see if the reception from the fans would appreciate her coming back. And people enjoy Chad. I think Chad is a great winner. I think she was good for the first All Star season. Like,
Literally that all star. I know everybody loves to say it, and the joke I always see is RuPaul crowned Chad because she's about to die,
oh my God, that's so good.
which is funny, but it's fucking mean. She absolutely deserved that crown. She could have won either season, but I love that her losing. I love how everybody credits her losing to the creation of All Stars. They're like,
Because,
I love that. But Chad is such an amazing drag queen, and she's very old school. And I want her to come and teach these younger queens a thing or two about what it was like being a drag queen in the 30s.
oh my God, not the 30s. But if you look at the format of All Stars 7, I think she probably, if she goes on All Winners 2, she probably be the queen if she already done had hers is.
Oh yeah,
Just like
like Raja.
Raja, right?
Yeah,
Because I don't see her being able to to get down with the get down like the younger queens in terms of lip syncing, right? Maybe her fashion may not be the greatest. She still may have that old school like style to her, which is nothing wrong with that because we love that type of drag and that's amazing and all drag is valid. But I just think in terms of like the progression of the show, we may see her like fall back a little bit.
I kind of disagree because wasn't she the oldest in her original season and All Stars, and she was still able to like keep up with those younglings.
But it was a different time.
That is true. That is true.
Like
That is very true.
it was still a different time, right? Don't get me wrong. Chad is, even if she comes back, she's still going to be polished. Like, there's not going to be like a thread out of place on any of Chad's garments, but it may give us like Chanel, right? Chanel was still polished when she came back to All Stars 9, but her aesthetic was a little bit on the older side, right? She's
That's true.
competing with the likes of like Roxy. Roxy is still an old school pageant queen, but Roxy has been able to change with the time. Roxy's drag still feels fresh.
Yeah. Yeah,
And so
I
I
see
don't
what you
think
mean.
some of the queens, right, some of these other queens, they are not like that. And we're seeing it on All Stars 10, Nicole Paige Brooks. Nicole Paige Brooks is an amazing drag queen, but her look, they're still dated.
Yeah. I love Nicole Brooks. Oh my God. I want her back on every
Wait,
season.
we live for her. Like, she's amazing. But someone like Phoenix, who is not dated, right? Those looks, she's getting
I,
with the
s- I,
times. She's coming with the times.
I could see her having more of a Phoenix type of elevation in terms of being very old school, but kind of elevating them. if she has the right people behind her.
Hmm.
Like if you know she
Same.
has the right team behind her, being like, no, okay, this is what you're gonna wear. This is what the category is. We got this for you. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. But speaking of a queen who would have the right team behind her, who fully understands Drag Race, gets it, is a Drag Race super fan, that's none other than Alaska, All Stars 2 winner. And so this is the queen in the beginning who will love to come back. I think it's on everyone's like wish list of an All Winners 2, right, participant. But she has said that she would come back. She gave us a little hint when she canceled her tour randomly, didn't give us no like, nothing else. She's like scheduling conflicts. And we all know when the girls have scheduling conflicts,
When the
right?
grandparents break their legs.
Right. When they have scheduling conflicts, that normally means that they're being sequestered for a little bit. But then she came out and said maybe she's blacklisted from World of Wonder because of her affiliation with Willem. Not sure if that was like misdirection, so that we probably won't think that she's on it, just like, some other queens will do, but we don't know.
I would love to see her come back, but I feel like the Drag Race producers can be very tight, and they would absolutely blacklist her because of her association with Willem, or at least one very important executive producer will,
Yes.
if you know who I
Yes,
mean.
if you know, right. But I think if Alaska does go back to All Winners 2, she would dominate the whole entire season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she is the quintessential Drag Race queen. Like she understands Drag Race and how to play the game really well, but she's also very good at drag. Like very good at drag, very good at referencing without making it feel like she is not original. She has, I love that kind of trashy vibe that she has, even now. Like, she's a lot more polished. She's actually very polished, but I think she still has this like edge to her, which I really enjoy.
Yep. I mean, Little Pound Cake.
Lil Pound Cake. I mean, they love to reference Lil Pound Cake, but they won't bring her back. That's shady.
Right? Shade. All right. Let's moving on to Kylie Sonique Love, the winner of All Star 6. Now, I think this one is also a wild card for me because Kylie hasn't come out and said that if she would go back, but she hasn't said no either, right? And I think it'll be really good to see her compete with Sasha Kobe, because at one point they were roommates. So
I
I
think
think it'll be really nice to have like roommates.
two trans girls, but no, I think she said she has. I think she has. I think she had said she would go back, if I'm not mistaken. I think I might have seen the TikTok,
Maybe.
but
I would
that
love to
also
see
might have been
her back.
someone else because
Yeah.
girl, my brain ain't what it used to be.
I mean, but there's also been so many like winners who said yes, no, depending on
True.
what interview they've been on, right? So at one point they probably all said yes, and then something happens, and they're like, I'm okay, right? So like, it's up in the air. We did our best to try to pick ones who we think will have more of a chance to go back to an All Winners 2, but we've had All Winners 1. There's going to be an All Winners 2. There's going to be 3, 4, 5. We're going to continue having All Winner seasons. So if they're not on one, they're going to be on another one.
Yeah. But I would
But
love to see how much she's grown since taking the crown.
same. And also, sometimes it's great for them to come back to see um, the evolution of their drag, right? Because, on seasons with that, there's certain winners, and I think Kylie was one of them, where a lot of folks was like, well, she just won because we needed a trans winner, right? Like, and no, she was really great on All Star 6.
And I
Was
think
she a
don't
little
forget that final
overshadowed
lip
by a lot
sync.
of the other queens? Yeah. Final lip sync tells you right there when she recovered. That was amazing.
That fall into the cartwheel was amazing. That's
Yes.
how it's done.
Well, I just love when queens come back and they're fully realized, they're super confident. I think we're seeing that with Carrie Kobe, right? Like on season 14, Carrie was kind of like, we didn't know who she was. And then she
Yeah.
came back to All Stars 10 and we were like, who is this Carrie Kobe? Because this girl is everything.
I wear my little Tranos necklace for her. Even though it's
Listen,
not
you
like
bitch. That's everything. Okay, at the end, you bitch it was the most of no bitch.
you, but it wasn't. It was the full delivery because it wasn't like she yelled it. It wasn't like she said very like stern. Well, it was kind of stern, but you could like feel the emotion into it. It was the you bitch. Like that's how you know she was pissed because she didn't yell it. She wasn't like she didn't she didn't like enunciate a specific part too much. it was just a very like clearly delivered, like soft spoken you bitch, and we're like,
Yeah.
we felt like everyone in the bar was like, "Ooh, we felt
Yes.
that,
It was like, oh
we felt
God.
that."
Yes.
Yes,
Right. Moving on, we have Angeria Parents Van Michaels, the winner of All Stars 9. Now, I would love to see Angeria back because personally, Angeria is one of my favorite drag queens.
so
But
funny.
also, selfishly, I would love for Angeria to come back so she can actually win some money.
All right.
Like, I just want her to come back so she can actually win some money and take it home. Because she won all that money on All Stars 9, but it went for charity. Love that. For charity. Shout out to Vanjie. But I just want her to win some money for herself, you know?
Wait, she's the only U.S. winner so far to not win any money. Get this
Correct.
girl back on. Give her some cash, please. She deserves it.
Yeah. Yes.
She
She
deserves
did
it.
so well on All Stars 9, but the money went to charity.
Yeah, and what I love about her is how naturally funny she is. Just in the way that, like, sometimes the way that she speaks is so funny. She cracks me up. She's such a lovely person too. Like, there's some people out there who are funny but can be like very cunty. I feel like that's not
Mhm.
her at all. I don't ever hear anyone say anything bad about Nigeria, like ever.
No, Andrea is really nice. But also,
Yeah,
she's one of those queens that you can see radiates niceness even on the
that
camera. Right?
that
Like, just on the camera, it doesn't feel fake, right? It doesn't feel like she's being forced. No, she just radiates kindness on camera. And I think that kind of resonates with a lot of people, which is why everybody loves Angeria. Like, they're like, oh my God, Angeria is so warm. And even on social media, Angeria supports everyone.
yeah yeah. Uh, she's so funny. I want her to. I want to see her come back just to see her in an improv challenge again.
Oh my gosh, yes. She's so
Yes,
naturally funny. Yeah.
that that. There's just like sometimes, literally, sometimes she just opens her mouth and I'm just dying of laughter. But I also just love her southern charm.
Yes.
You can't not you can't hate Nigeria, and if you do, there's something wrong with you. You need to go to a psychiatrist and get checked out or something because there's something wrong up there.
Yes, you ugly bitch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh my God, you ugly bitch.
yes, that is the iconic phrase from Angeria. Yes,
You ugly bitch.
yes.
And
No,
you
but
have to
one of
add that
my
extra
favorite moments,
syllable.
correct. One of my favorite moments was from All Stars 9, where it was the acting challenge, and Rue told her, she was like, okay, now, Angeria, turn around.
Hmm.
And and Angeria turned around and she gave Rue that like look.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
And Rue was
No.
just cracking up. Rue like died because it was that look. And remember when she tripped and she
Yes.
wasn't supposed to trip, but she tripped and she made it funny anyway. So good.
Yes, no, Jerry was really funny. That improv challenge was so funny. I need to see her come back. I just want, you know what I would love? Well, you know how Wow Presents has those like little spin-off shows on the Wow Presents Plus app? I would love for them to
Hmm.
do like an improv one where they just bring the girls for like little like 5, 10 minute episodes of just doing random improv shit. And Julia needs to be on that for sure.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. Do
You
they
know
think
what's
they'll ever
also
do
really
that?
funny?
No.
No. Her snatch game as Marla Maples or Marla Gibbs. I was like Marla Maples. Oh my God, that's Trump's wife. That's one of Trump's wife. Angie girl, I'm sorry, but not Marla Maples. Girl, no. I forgot who mama that is, but that's somebody mama. That's one of his kids' mamas. Who's mama's that? But anyways,
Probably the ugly
she
one.
was no. I think it's Tiffany. I think Marla Maples is Tiffany's mom.
What I say?
You think Tiffany the ugly one?
Isn't she? Isn't that the one that he called ugly?
I don't know. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about the orange man. And she was Marla Gibbs, and she had the food in the Tupperware container. She was not Marla Gibbs at all, but she was just an old Southern lady that was just funny.
I don't know, but it was funny. She's always funny. Again, she's just naturally funny. Like she doesn't even have to try. She would just speak, and you'll just be dying of laughter.
I forget that All Stars 9 for you is a blur. So me
It's
talking
such a
about All
blur.
Stars 9
It's
is
such a
not
blur.
gonna do nothing for you.
The only thing I remember from All Stars 9 is the musical.
Not even the Lollapalooza?
All Stars 9? That was Lollapalooza?
Yeah, Roxy winning the Lollapalooza. You don't remember that? She did the moment with the Ariana with the hair like this, and Plastic was getting all her life. Oh my God, that's crazy. You need to go watch the Lollapalooza because that was probably one of the best episodes that they had.
Um,
Anyways,
ew.
let's move on to our international neighbor. I was going to say international partner, but because of how things are going with, this new administration, Canada hates us.
I
No,
mean, as y'all
they're just
saw in the
our,
Juice Box episode, what they think
but
of Americans.
Canada hates us. So, but a queen that does not hate us, right? Priyanka. And I
She
think
probably hates us a little
Priyanka, right,
bit.
obviously, well, a little bit, yeah. But she is the winner from Canada's Drag Race Season 1. And Priyanka, in terms of an international queen coming back to All Winners 2, is highly likely because she has
Hmm.
said numerous times, every single interview, she's like, Rue just needs to call her, tell her when, and she's there. It will either be her or Jimbo, I think, will probably be the ones from Canada to come back if they were being chosen for it.
Yes, I would love to see Priyanka judged by Ju because I feel like she would live for her. Ru loves a stupid queen, and I mean that in the best way possible. I think Ru would love her and live for her stupidity, and she would live for her reads. Right now, sorry, I'm thinking of Lemon's read for her. That was me being
That's what I was
stupid.
going to say. I'm like, she said, yeah. She said, Priyanka, the only thing that
The
you're
only thing you're
fucking is
fucking is
stupid.
stupid. I'm like, God. That would make Ru like bend over cackling. Like that's the type
Yes,
of laugh that would get. But I think Priyanka would really make her laugh, especially the lip
yes,
syncs, especially the
yeah.
lip syncs.
But Priyanka is the only Canadian queen as a lip sync assassin.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw her on a US season, so I think that was their way of kind of like the way you said with Chad Michaels, like kind of showcasing her and be like, what's the crowd reception like? Do they actually want her or do they not? And I think they said absolutely have her on.
Yes, I think Priyanka's amazing. I would love to see the
Yes.
representation. I think she's an amazing winner for Canada. And if you watch our episode with Juicebox, you get to see what Juicebox was talking about with the different queens coming from different parts of Canada and the
Hmm.
drag that they represent. Makes sense. Priyanka represents Canadian drag in the best way possible. An amazing winner. Super hilarious. The glow up that she's had from her season to like now,
Impeccable.
amazing.
That is a woman. Like she looks gorgeous every single day. Like I
Amazing.
want more Priyanka. You got
Same.
me
All
excited
right.
now.
Yes. Now, a queen that I'm excited for because she is absolutely one of my favorite drag queens. Is more than likely she will come back to an All Winners too because RuPaul loves her.
You gotta say it in the
And that is
accent.
not under Lawrence Chaney. Oh my God, I think that was really good. I have to give myself credit because that was really good. That was really good. Can I do it again?
Sir
Probably
Jan.
cannot. But that was good. And that is
Sir
Lawrence
Jan.
Chaney from Drag Race UK Season 2, the winner of Drag Race UK Season 2. Lawrence Chaney is absolutely coming back to an All Winners 2 if it
Hmm.
happens.
Yes, that is one of Rue's favorite queens of all time. Like another queen who's just so effortless. Oh, well, you know what's not effortless? My pronunciation. But another queen who's very effortless. I'm not gonna say the word.
See?
Uh, she's
That
so
was what you get for
naturally
laughing at my Lawrence Chaney. That's what you get. That's what you get.
effortlessly, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Anyway, ooh, now me choking. She's so
Yep.
naturally
See?
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I think of Lawrence Chaney, the moment that I think is the interaction with Raven when Raven's going around the workroom giving them makeup critiques, and she's telling her about like that gap that she has between her eyeshadow and her eyebrow. It gives her a very mopey look, and she's like, "Oh, so I'm painting the depression on."
It's the best
I
moment.
That is the best Lawrence Chaney moment of all time.
Yes,
Like that
because she was
that
so
was
serious.
she was. See, I can't even talk about it without like laughing because that was just such an effortless moment and it just showed us who she really was. She was very serious, but it was just so fucking funny. I want her back.
Yes.
I want to see her in an improv challenge. I want to see her on Snatch Game. I want to see her do a roast, a stand up, like anything. I just want to speak. I just want her on my
Yep.
TV screen again speaking. Her confessionals were amazing. And I want to see the glow up she's had. Like at least portrayed on the TV because she has had a glow up.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably what happened because Lawrence Chaney is a part of the Vegas show. So she's already in the States. So that would just make sense, right? And Rue loves her. Rue never forgets her name.
I've never. And honestly, I think it's to get a little depressed, a little moody right now. But like being that we had the Vivian on season one, on the first season. I think the most logical person to kind of fill her shoes after that, not that she would necessarily be filling her shoes, would be Lawrence Chaney. Not saying that the other queens can't live up to the Vivian, but I think for me, that just makes the most sense.
Yeah. I also think this is highly likely that Lawrence Chaney would be on. And
Mhm.
to me, Lawrence Chaney would be the only one who can possibly give Alaska a run for her money.
Alaska specifically, yeah. Uh, but there
In
are
terms
other
of like
like,
fully dominating Drag Race as a
yeah,
TV
yeah,
show. Not like the runways or what I'm talking about, like dominate Drag Race as a TV show and dominate the challenges. Where Lawrence Chaney probably lacks in is some of like the looks, right?
mm, hmm,
And we haven't seen her fully do a really amazing snatch game because she overthought it and landed her ass in the bottom with Tia Coffee. Yes, but from a design challenge, literally probably one of the best dresses from the UK from a design challenge when her and Ellie Diamond was paired together and she came out with the dress that she came out. Amazing. The gold one, divine. And Lauren Cheney is hilarious. Like
hilarious.
hilarious.
I think honestly, I think she's the funniest queen we've ever had.
I mean, that's probably questionable because people might think Jinx is the funniest queen we've ever had.
I think they're fuck. No, I'm still going with Lawrence. But Jinx, yes, is very funny. Jinx is like a very, very close second.
Lauren is funny, and I think Jinx has. If we wanted to split hairs, Lawrence is hilarious, and I think Jinx just has really great comedic timing,
That.
which makes Jinx funny, right? Because Jinx as Judy Garland were the jokes funny, not necessarily if you take them out, right? Like if individually, if you take each joke out, they weren't. But did she have really great comedic timing and she made the jokes amazing? Yes, which is why Judy Garland goes down as hands down the best Snatch Game character ever.
Yeah, that and her improv, the three little piggies or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh my
That
God, why are
was.
you yelling? Because obviously I can't hear her because my ear fell off? Yes.
I'm gonna need you to speak up right now because I can only hear you half as well.
Like, that's great. And that was
Yes.
off the cuff because no one knew that shit was coming.
No, no. She improved that
Because
so
you could look
well.
at their face because they were like, oh shit.
Who?
Because even Rue was surprised because Rue was like, oh shit, is Jinx gonna break character? And Jinx never broke character.
No. She's like, oh no, the stress is getting to me.
Like, it's so
Oh,
good. And, everyone has been objectifying Evie Oddly. All right, time for some dick jokes. Like, that is
I don't think
amazing. Like,
that's right,
that's
and I
why.
don't think that's fair. Anyway, here's some dick jokes.
Right, yes. Everyone compares Bob and Monet. Like, everyone compares Monet to Bob, but I don't think that's right because Bob is very talented. That's
Mm-hmm.
great, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, but also
Oh
Lauren
my God.
Chaney has some really amazing jokes too, though.
She does. Sorry, I was just gonna mention Jinx's read to Trinity. Let's just be cousins. Oh my God.
Yes,
I
yeah,
I
that was good.
oh,
Yeah. Oh, Jada
yes.
Essence Hall, look over there. It's the exit. It's great.
Yes. But anyway, we're not talking about Jinx right now. We're talking about Lawrence.
Lawrence Chaney. But yes,
Yes.
the reason why we are like making the comparison is because that would be the comparison. Like
Yeah.
that is who
Yeah.
Lawrence would fit in terms of like an edit, right? She would fit into the Jinx All Stars 7 edit. So
Yeah, I can
it
see
would
that.
just make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now we said that there was more international queens that we think will be an amazing on an all winner season, but those Priyanka and Lawrence Chaney were the two tops that we think will more than likely be on the All Winners too if it does happen. But here are the honorable mentions. So we have Envy Peru, which is from Drag Race Holland season 1, the winner of that season. And Envy Peru is an amazing drag queen.
Amazing. I think she really is. Some people are gonna disagree with this, and I think this is a hot take. I think she is on par with like Sasha Kobe. Like she is amazing. She has really good runway. She's an amazing performer, and she, I think, did really well in the challenges too. Like, and she's just such a consummate professional, and she's gorgeous. Oh my God, is she gorgeous? But I could really like. I think if she competed, she would really give the girls a run for their money.
Correct. Also, Envy Peru did change the trajectory of an international winner.
Yes,
Right, and a queen competing on an international season because she first started having the most amount of wins for an international winner.
and that level of polish we saw her that she brought on Holland 1. was something we hadn't really seen on an international season yet. She's amazing. I want her back.
So we have to credit her for falling in love with an international winner, right? In terms of like the caliber of like the drag that an international season can bring, right? Envy Peru is the one that set the catalyst to that. So the
Yeah.
other international queens, I would say that, she's kind of mother. So next up, one of our faves, we both love this queen, is Isis Couture, the winner of season two's Canada Drag Race. Now, the only reason why I would have put Isis as a contender for All Winners 2 is because Isis is that bitch. Amazing.
I says
But
absolutely that bitch.
my only concern is that she left Canada versus the world. And they tend not to bring queens back often when they leave like seasons. So that's the only thing I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, I also don't think she has much as big as a following as Priyanka does. But Priyanka has, I think, one, she won earlier, obviously. But I think Priyanka has, at least from a US perspective, like from a US viewers perspective, she has done more outside of Drag Race than Isis, so she's been able to get a bigger following. Not saying that Isis hasn't done anything, but again, from a US viewer perspective, we see more of Priyanka than we do of Isis. Her runways were amazing, and I would like she lives up to her name through and through. I would love to see her compete, and I want to see her lip sync against some of these other queens that we put on this season.
Yeah. Yes. I see. So, but let's continue. So, Sharon from Drag Race España, season two, the winner of that season. Now, this is the queen that will come back. It will be a fierce comeback.
She,
Like,
she
she's
would.
everything.
I think she could win with her eyes closed and then her hands tied behind her back. Another queen who is very funny, super talented, like very, very talented. Um, and she had really good runways too. I can absolutely see her dominating the competition. Do I think she would come back? Probably not.
Neither.
But you
Neither do
never
I.
know.
No.
You never know. I
This is
mean,
true. I mean, she did dominate her season. They should have gave
thank
her, I think she had four wings. They should have gave her the fifth one, but they didn't want it to feel
and
like
six and
they
seven.
favoritism towards her, right? And so that's why they didn't give it to her, which we understand. Give it, you want to divvy up the wins, we get it, but
But
she
apparently
really
season
dominated
three
that
didn't
season.
get the memo.
I mean, we're not going to talk about that. Okay.
Pitita.
Oh, another queen that could possibly go back for an all winner season is Danny Beard, the winner of Drag Race UK season four. And so I was fluctuating between Danny Beard and one of the queens on the list. Like, do I put Danny Beard in the running to be on All Winners 2? And a part of me was always like, yes, because I really liked Danny Beard on that season. But I'm not sure if a lot of folks fully know who Danny Beard is,
Yeah, and I really,
in my
I
personal
don't.
opinion.
No, yeah, I think it's the same kind of thing of what I said about like Priyanka and Isis. I don't think she has as big of a following as some of the other winners, especially winners and Crystal Versace.
Crystal
But I
Versace,
think, yeah, but I think she's an amazing queen, and I love the different take she has on drag. She
same,
always looks good, but it's always different. It's not, what we're used to seeing in a winner, and I love that.
same. I thought it's because we had the Vivian,
I mean, I
rest
think
in
she would
peace,
enjoy that, but
but just so you know. Then we had Lawrence Chaney, and then we had Crystal Versace, right? And then we had Danny Beard. So, like, yes, the trajectory we went from like somebody who was born to do drag, as we love to, as Rue loved to tell the younger queens who give you fish down. And then we had the artistic that came from Danny Beard, and I thought that was great.
yes, absolutely. This is also the her season is
Right.
the not to take away from the win, but her season is the only season where I've ever truly wanted a double crowning. Her and Cheddar Gorgeous.
Oh my God, Cheddar Gorgeous.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. That
Yes.
I wanted a double crowning more than I wanted one queen to win.
Yes. But also, would I love to see Danny Beard come back to All Winners too? Yes, because her and the Vivian had such a special relationship
Hmm.
that I think it would be really good for her to pay homage to the Vivian by being on the second rendition of All Winners, right? Being that the Vivian was on the first one. And so she can pay that homage to the Vivian. I think it would be really
Yeah,
great.
I agree.
Another one of my favorite international winners is the winner of the most recent season of Drag Race Philippines, Season 3 winner, Maxi.
Yes,
I love Maxi.
I think she's great. You know, I really wanted her to win on Queen of the Universe. Not again, not to take away
Yes.
from Tyga Bravo's win. I love her, and I think she deserved that crown. But when I was originally watching the season, I really wanted Maxi to win, and I was so sad when she had to quit. But she's amazing, such a young
Yes.
queen, and so talented.
Yeah. You know what I
So,
love about Filipino like drag is that TV show is such a great representation for their country and what that country does in terms of like drag and drag aesthetic. Because we've seen some amazing queens come out of that season. Eva La Queen, shout out to like, Global All Stars, right? Marina Summers. Who does not
ooh,
love Marina Summers? Like Marina Summers is the one of the best, if not the best, international lip sync assassins, and maybe even just lip sync assassin in general. Like an amazing performer.
yes,
And so Maxi's the same way. And Maxi can sing live too. Like, what?
and
That
and she
voice
can
that Maxi
sing.
has?
She can sing, girl. 'Cause you know, there's girls that can,
Yes.
yeah,
First
they
of all,
can
my
sing,
favorite.
but like then there's Maxi, who's like an actual vocalist. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, Maxi dominated season 3. Dominated.
Hmm.
What I love is that obviously she's part of Obar, right, with those queens. Her sister Angel was on the season with her, and Angel's hilarious. Those two together, amazing relationship. Love to see it. But Tado is one of my favorite Maxi songs, and it means asshole, and I love that because I'm such a dick. But I love the song because it gives me like Afro beats. It's very like it has like Caribbean style like vibe to it, and I think it's an amazing song. So if you haven't like listened to that, make sure you go out and listen to that song. It's great. She has other great songs too, but that's my fave. But again, Maxi's such a strong contender. Really, I think could do an amazing on All Winners, and I think it'll be really good to branch out and not only have like Canada and UK for an international. I think we should have somebody from the Philippines.
My God, can you imagine an all-winter season where one girl from each country goes to represent their country? That'd be amazing, but never would happen.
I mean, could that have been in like a global all stars?
Yeah, like a global all winners. Oh my God, I would love that. I'd probably have a heart attack the day that was
Yeah,
announced, but that probably
yes.
never happened.
But that was our list. I think it was a good list.
Was
I can
it?
see
No,
some of
yeah, it
those
definitely was.
queens coming back. I can see some of those queens coming back, right? I think we paid special attention to the queens who have said on interviews that they would like to come back. I think in terms of like the 8 US queens, I think we did a good job in ensuring that they do. I think we also did a good job in ensuring aesthetics, right? Like they're not all the same aesthetic. They complement each other. Excuse me, they will have different wins and different strength. Each one of them will have a different strength, a different
Hmm.
weakness in terms of like a well-rounded competition, but obviously we know that nobody will go home if they're going to continue doing it the same format as All Winners One. So we'll see them the whole entire season. But I think at this season, it wouldn't feel as kumbaya, and we wouldn't be upset that we see all those queens come back.
I want a shady all winter season.
I think this one would be a shady All Winners.
I agree. Yeah.
All right.
Or we talked about like when we were creating the list, Carmen Farala, but what really got her out of the running was she doesn't speak English, like a lick of English. So
Correct.
realistically, she could never compete, even though we love to see her again.
Yep. Well, friends, there you have it. The deluxe edition fantasy cast of All Winners 2, according to the unqualified but very loud minds of Will and Jhoany. So, friends, make sure you hit that follow button on your favorite platforms. Leave us a 5-star rating. Drop your favorite moment in our DMs or comment below. We're dying to hear you. Drop your fantasy cast in the little comments. And so, as always, this is No Ma'am, where real talk meets legendary energy. Until next time.